Hello, welcome all. In this series, I'll be taking the few questions which are very important for IIT JEE and IIEEE and other competitive exams. I'll be taking in the chapter wise. Like we'll start with chemical periodic table, chemical bonding, atomic structure, like that. And I'm taking the questions from the previous year, and I'll first solve the questions based on their logic, and then I'll give some tips and tricks which can use where you can use the elimination techniques. If you don't know the complete answer, like you can use eliminate, and when you eliminate the options you can arrive at the correct answer. So these are tricks will help when you have to solve the questions very fast. Then these tricks will surely help you. So let's begin. The first today I'll be taking some examples from the chapter periodic table. So the first question is about ordering the ionic radius in a ordering the elements in a according to their ionic radius. We have four elements here: lithium, sodium, magnesium, and beryllium in their ionic state. So here we have to understand two concepts regarding ionic radius. Ionic radius depends on the position of element in the periodic table. Let's say this is the periodic table. Okay, and where the element is present, that affects the ionic radius, and also what is the charge present on it. Is it a +1 charge, +2 charge, or is it a minus charge? That affects the ionic radius. So as we know, when we go down the group, ionic radius increases, and when you go along the period, ionic radius decreases. And as the charge increases, positive charge increases, ionic radius decreases. As a negative charge increases, ionic radius increases. Okay, this is the basic concepts, the charge and the position in the periodic table. Now we have to apply both the concepts. As we can see, lithium and sodium, they are +2 plus charges, that is +1 charges compared to magnesium and beryllium. Therefore lithium and sodium plus charges should have the higher ionic radius, because as we know, as the charge increases, the ionic radius increases. As the charge decreases, ionic radius as the charge increases, ionic radius decreases. As the charge increases, for example, +1 to +2, as the charge increases, we are increasing the charge, the size is decreasing. So sodium and lithium should have the higher ionic radius compared to magnesium and beryllium. That is one concept. Another thing is, when we go down the group, ionic radius increase. So we know that sodium is further down the group compared to lithium. So sodium should have higher ionic radius than lithium. Similar way, magnesium is further down the group compared to beryllium. So we have sodium here almost, and there is lithium, then there is magnesium, then there is beryllium. So with sodium comes first, then comes lithium, then magnesium, then beryllium. So here we have applied two concepts, that is based on the charge and based on the position in the element, position of the element in the periodic table. So the order is sodium higher ionic radius compared to lithium, compared to magnesium and beryllium. So here the concept we can apply is here among this one, we know which has the higher ionic radius. That is only sodium, because sodium has the ionic radius higher than lithium. That is well known. If we don't know about magnesium, beryllium and all, but we know one concept: sodium has higher ionic radius than lithium. So among all these, only one option has Na plus greater than Cl, Na plus greater than lithium plus. So this is the option. This is where you can use the trick. You don't know, you can get confused with magnesium and beryllium, because here we have to apply both the concept, charge and position. Here we can apply only position, Na plus, lithium plus. So we certainly know that when we go down the group, ionic radius increase. So sodium should have higher ionic radius than lithium. And among all the four options, only one option has that chance, that is sodium greater than lithium. So this is where the concept of trick comes. You don't know about magnesium, beryllium, you can use this concept and answer the question. So the question answer is D. You can also try along with me. You can pause the video, try to get the answer and check it. So the next question is correct order of electron gain enthalpy. It is nothing but electron affinity. It is ability to take the electron, ability to attract the electron, or ability to take the electron is the electron affinity, or also known as electron gain enthalpy. Here we have four elements: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. And in the periodic table, we know when you go down the group, electron gain enthalpy decreases. We are telling correct order of increasing trend. So electron gain enthalpy decreases when you go down the group. Here it all belongs to same group, that is group 17. So intuitively what we think, fluorine has the higher electron gain enthalpy compared to chlorine, compared to bromine, compared to iodine. But it is wrong. Intuitively it is correct, but there is an exception. That is, chlorine has higher electron enthalpy than fluorine, and then the order follows. Why this happens? Why fluorine has a lesser electron gain enthalpy compared to chlorine? This is because, what is electron gain enthalpy? It is when you add the electron, the amount of energy released. To add an electron, there should be space. Fluorine has 2s2, 2p5. And next there comes 3s2. If it's nothing is there, 3s0, 3s orbital. So the access to the 3d or d series is much more away in case of fluorine. But in case of chlorine, it can access the d orbital very easily. So the new electron which comes, it can easily go to the d orbital. It can there is a more space on the chlorine atom for the accommodation of incoming electron. Hence, the unusual behavior is seen, that is, chlorine has a higher electron affinity than fluorine. Though it is an exception, there is an explanation for the exception. It is just not happening just simply. We have to keep it in mind because of the space available for the chlorine. Because of the presence of accessible d orbitals, chlorine has higher electron affinity, that is, ability to take electron more easily compared to fluorine. Hence, the order is Cl, F, Br, and I. Here down the group, that concept remains same, because chlorine greater than bromine greater than iodine. Only here the change is chlorine greater than fluorine. This is due to the ability or the size which is available for chlorine to accommodate electrons more easily. I think it is clear. I hope it is clear. Next, see the increasing order of ionic radii in an isoelectronic species. What is an isoelectronic species? Having the same number of electrons. The electron number is same. Here you have to use the concept charge. You know, ionic, they have asking ionic radius. We have seen in the first example, as the charge increases, the positive charge, I mean, as the positive charge increases, the ionic radii decreases because the nucleus starts attracting more. And as the negative charge increases, as you increase the negative charge on the sample, the ionic radii also increases because you are adding electrons more, it is moving away from the nucleus. Hence, first we have to see here, we have to see increasing order of ionic radii. The increasing order of ionic radii means among all the four, which has higher positive charge, calcium. Next comes potassium plus, and among the two negative charges, which has the lower negative charge, chlorine, higher negative charge, S2 minus. So answer is this one. These are quite simple and straightforward examples. You have to keep the concepts in mind. This can be answered simply with the concept, that is the charge. So in the periodic table, the four concepts: ionic radius, atomic or ionic radius, that concept, and electron affinity, also known as electron gain enthalpy, ionization potential, how they behave, what are their position in the periodic table, and how the property varies, and also how they are affected by the charge. That is, how these properties are affected when they are a positive charge, when they become negative charge. For example, in case of ionic radius, we have seen, I'm repeating it again and again because these concepts can fetch you marks very easily, because there is nothing much difficult in this particular question. As the positive charge increases, the size decreases for a cation. For an anion, as the negative charge increases, the size increases. That one we have seen here. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following represents the correct order of increasing first ionization enthalpy? Again, this is one such example where they have asked about first ionization enthalpy. First ionization enthalpy means ionization potential, which is nothing but amount of energy required to remove an electron. Amount of energy required to remove the electron from the outermost orbital. We know for one thing sure, argon has the highest. This is fixed because it's a noble gas. It has already octet structure. You have to put enormous amount of energy to remove one electron. So argon is fixed. And let's now, when you're solving these kind of questions, first you have to see what is their trend in the periodic table. Just imagine your periodic table in your head or draw it along the period. What happens? Ionization enthalpy increases. When you go down the group, ionization enthalpy decreases. Here now you see what are the elements: calcium, barium, sulfur, selenium, argon. Calcium, barium are in one group, sulfur, selenium are in one group. That's right. And calcium and sulfur are in the same period. Barium and selenium are in the same period. So we know calcium, this is the arrangement, goes like this, and this is along the period. So we know calcium and barium of course have the higher lower ionization enthalpy compared to sulfur and selenium, because we are going from left to right. This part has the lower, this side, and this side has the higher. But when you come down the group, calcium has higher ionization enthalpy compared to barium, and sulfur has higher ionization enthalpy compared to selenium, because down the group ionization enthalpy decreases. So when we consider all these, we have fixed argon has the higher has the highest ionization enthalpy. And here, after considering all this, we can say barium has the lowest ionization enthalpy, because it is down the group, it's below calcium, down the group, hence it has lower ionization enthalpy, and it is left side of the sulfur and selenium. Here we can see sulfur and selenium, here we can see calcium, almost barium is here, let's say. Hence it is on the leftmost side and downmost side, so it should have lower ionization enthalpy. So we can see this is the trick, only one option. Barium as the lowest ionization enthalpy, we have only one option. We need not to worry about any other combination, but we can see clearly barium greater than calcium has the higher ionization enthalpy than barium, because it is above calcium. And we can see here sulfur and selenium. Sulfur has the higher ionization enthalpy than the selenium, as we can see here. So option will be 3. Here again, as I repeat, the trick you can use is compare these all 4 and see which has the lowest or which has the highest. Highest now we have fixed, it is argon. Lowest is the barium. So from this we can arrive at the answer. The next question is quite simple. The electron gain enthalpy with negative sign of fluorine is less than that of the chlorine, which we have seen in the previous. The reason here they're asking, that I think it is quite clear by now, the smaller size of the fluorine atom. The smaller size makes it difficult to get the electron. Hence, the smaller size of the fluorine atom makes it lesser ionization enthalpy. Negative is the electron gain enthalpy compared to chlorine. Now, the next question is atomic radii among oxygen, sulfur, selenium, and astatine. It's quite straightforward question. Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, astatine. All 4 belongs to same group, and we know down the group atomic radii. You should think, what is the atomic radii? What happens to atomic radii down the group? Yes, atomic radii increases. So astatine should has the highest atomic radius, correct? Yes, this is the only option. See how these are pretty easy questions. Astatine has the atomic radius highest, then comes selenium, sulfur, oxygen. So again, the concepts. What happens to atomic radii down the group? It increases. So the answer is 4. Astatine greater than selenium, greater than sulfur, greater than oxygen. They all belongs to same group. That is group 16, which are also known as chalcogenides or chalcogen, sorry. And the next question is again, what is the second ionization enthalpy in carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine? Again, as we can see, this is in the same period, carbon, oxygen, sulfur, fluorine. And we know as we go along this, the ionization enthalpy increases. Along the period, ionization enthalpy increases. So the highest ionization enthalpy should be fluorine, then oxygen, then nitrogen, then carbon. Carbon lowest ionization enthalpy, then comes nitrogen, then comes oxygen, then comes fluorine. But here there is a small change. Again, this small change happens here. The small change occurs because of this. Again, oxygen becomes bigger than fluorine. Again, as we have seen in electron gain enthalpy, here also oxygen will have the higher ionization potential compared to fluorine, because the smallest size of fluorine. As we go along the period, we know size decreases. The size is decreasing more and more and more. So because of this, the oxygen will have the highest second ionization enthalpy will be higher for oxygen compared to fluorine. I think this is clear. And let's move to the next question. And this one, which represents, which of the following series correctly represents the relation between elements X to Y? That is, when you move from something to other, what is the change happens? For example, when we move from argon to xenon, noble character increases. As we move down the group, there is no concept like change in noble gas character. Helium also has the same noble gas character. The last one, radon, also has same noble gas character. And similar way, lithium to potassium, that is when we go down the group, ionization enthalpy increases. That is wrong. Ionization enthalpy decreases. And let's see carbon to germanium. It is again down the group. Carbon, we have silicon, then we have germanium. What they have given, atomic radius increases. Yes, this is correct. When we go down the group, atomic radius increases, but ionization potential decreases. Atomic radius increase, ionization potential decrease. Let's see fluorine to bromine. Electron gain enthalpy with negative sign increases. It is again down the group. Electron gain enthalpy decreases when we go from top to bottom. That is from above compound to the above element to the below element. An electron gain enthalpy decreases. So I iterate again the concepts, the four properties and how they behave. What are their position in the element periodic table, how they behave, few examples of the elements present. It's more than enough to solve these questions. They're quite easy. As you can see, the next question, which of the following atom has the highest first ionization energy? This is quite easier. We have scandium, rubidium, sodium, potassium. These all are in the same group. So rubidium has the highest ionization potential here, but we have a d block element, scandium. Since it is a d1 system, it's s2d1. Removal of d1 electron is quite easier because it will become a stable s2 system. It gives a diplet. Hence, removal of d1 electron is much easier. And we have a scandium. Generally, keep remember, d blocks have a stronger, easily they can remove an electron and form a ions. So the first ionization energy is quite higher for them, except some stable cases like when they have a d5 system or a d10 system, then it will be a little difficult. I hope it's clear, and we'll move to the next question. The group having isoelectronic species. What is an isoelectronic species? Isoelectronic species is the one where the number of electrons is the same. For example, we can see oxygen has 8, atomic number is 8. Fluorine, it is 11. Sodium, it is 11. And magnesium, it is 12. I am telling ions. I am telling about atoms. Oxygen atom, fluorine, sodium, magnesium. And we are making ion. O2 minus means we are adding 2 more electron. It is 10 now. Fluorine, 1 more electron. Let's say it is fluorine will become 9 plus 1, 10. Nitrogen, we are removing 1 electron. It will become 10. And magnesium, we are removing 2 electrons. It becomes 10. So the answer is this. First, calculating this isoelectronic species, what you have to do, first you write the parent atom. What is their atomic number? That gives you how many electrons the parent atom has. Then you change it to ion. You have minus means addition, positive plus means deletion of the electrons. So we have O2 2 minus means you have added 2 electrons. Fluorine 1 minus means you have added 1 electron. 9 plus 1, 10. Na plus means you have removed 1 electron. 11 to 10. Mg2 plus means you have removed 2 electrons. 12 to 10. So the order will be this one. The arrangement will be this one, that is isoelectronic species. So the first ionization potential of ionization energy of sodium, magnesium, aluminum and silicon. The first ionization energy, what happens to the first ionization energy? This is all belongs to same group, same period, that is magnesium, sodium, magnesium, aluminum and silicon. And when we go from left to right, the ionization energy should increase. Now that is the same thing happens. Sodium has the lowest ionization energy, then comes magnesium. But there is one small change in aluminum. Aluminum, removal of first electron from the aluminum is quite difficult compared to silicon. So this is one particular exception where you can see sodium and magnesium, they follow the same. Then comes aluminum. Again, silicon has the higher electron, higher ionization enthalpy. This one has to be careful. Instead of here, you can't use the tricks there much oftenly. You can only use with your knowledge, like you know that aluminum is certain. There is an exception for aluminum. So you have to use that and you have to answer the question. Otherwise, you can get trapped because there are options like sodium, smaller, then magnesium, then aluminum, then silicon. This option you may tick and you may get it wrong. In these questions, you have to focus on these particular questions when you are reading, because other things, if you know the concepts, you can answer most of the questions. Around 90% of questions you can answer just with the concepts. But here you have to know the fact. Among these, there is small exception, there is small change. Other than that, most of things you take isoelectronic or ionic radius, or which has the higher size, which has the lower size. All that you have to know the concept. The last question, the increasing order of atomic radii. Again, here there are two concepts. You have carbon, oxygen, fluorine. First, when you get any question, write them in either in the group or in the period. Now we can see these are in the same period. Carbon, oxygen, fluorine, they go like this. In between there is a nitrogen, let's not bother about that. And we have chlorine, bromine. Chlorine, bromine. So they're telling which has the highest atomic radius. We know for sure bromine has the highest atomic radius because down the group atomic radius increases, along the period atomic radius decreases. This way decreases, this way increases. So bromine has the highest atomic radius. So we can see three options. All the options have higher bromine atomic radius, and lowest is the and we go down here, atomic radius decreases, fluorine is the lowest. So we have to see for fluorine. Directly we can get the answer. So these are the tricks. We are know for sure fluorine has the smallest atomic radius by fact and also by concept, because as we go from left to right, atomic radius decreases and fluorine hits the lowest. And when we go from top to bottom, also atomic radius increases. That means fluorine should have smaller. The fluorine is the smallest atomic radius. After fluorine you have oxygen, then you have carbon, then chlorine, bromine. This is the order. Here you can, this kind of examples you can use the trick and solve it very fast, because we know bromine has the highest atomic radius because all has bromine, so that we can't eliminate any option. And we know for sure fluorine has the smallest atomic radius. Apply that. The smallest is fluorine. No option has the fluorine, so B should be answer and B is the answer. So we come to the end of this video. Here we have seen a few questions based on periodic table, and we saw how quite easier they are if you know the concepts. I repeat again, there are 4 concepts like atomic radius and ionization potential, electron affinity, and also isoelectronic species. We have to know the trend for all these. What is atomic radius? Generally not for isoelectronic species. What is atomic radius and ionic radius, of course, and how the position in the elements in the periodic table vary the atomic radius. Same way it goes with ionization potential and electron affinity, and also how the charge on the atoms or charge on the ions per se, charge on the ions vary the charge on the ions vary these properties, like as the charge varies, how atomic radius varies, how ionization potential varies, how electron affinity varies, and you can use them directly into the for the application. You can directly use them, apply them, and get the answers from it. And you can use them small tricks like this if you know exactly sure what is happening. Like here we know fluorine has the smallest, we can put it and find the answer. I'll share this small question paper, like a 14-15 question paper with you. You can try the answer yourself, and you can apply this logic or the knowledge and try to solve the questions. I'll see you with the other video. Thank you.